rewind, what do you seek? Maybe Peter was seeking blessing. And he said, well, if you want to be blessed, you need to follow me. And in following him, he started to learn the difference of whatever he thought being blessed meant there. And now he's kind of at this really uncertain point, right? Like, for whatever reason, he must not be exercising the faith and all the things that Jesus told him, because Jesus was pretty clear about what these disciples were to do, how their lives were to look, promising them that even though he wasn't there with them physically, that one even greater was coming to them. He heard all these things. But we have this moment. Where Peter is thinking about all that's happening in the world and how he can't see the end of it all. And he says a very profound statement. I'm going fishing.
Like I'm going back to my old life.
Whatever it means, we can write in what we think that means. But if you look at Peter from beginning to end, this is a very, very pivotal moment of Peter saying, wow, I'm not sure how this is all going to work out. And I can remember at least what joys, at least what happiness came when I was in control and I was out in my boat fishing. And when he said, I'm going fishing, a bunch of the disciples said, we're going with you. So you fast forward to John chapter 21, and these boys are out fishing that night. And I can't imagine what it's like to be Peter, because this story has to just
like the guilt and shame, you think?
I don't know, because think about what's happening in this moment. Peter's going back out to his old life. He's out fishing. He's got his clothes off.
Right.
And they catch nothing. No fulfillment. Nothing comes from it.
Yeah.
And they must be close enough to the shore that they see a man standing on the shore that catches their attention. And as they're focused on this man on the shore, they see that this man has fish already prepared and cooking on a fire. And
how embarrassing.
Somehow, some way, they recognize that this must be Jesus. I don't know what
Can you imagine? Oh, my land. Be like,
in Peter's,
not only did we just go back to our old ways to go get back to, go get ourselves some fish, go back to our old life. He's like there being like, I already had the fish.
And it kind of gets a little bit worse even because Peter jumps out of the boat, swims to Jesus, and I'm guessing to be overjoyed because he's like, I'm out here trying to figure out how to be fulfilled. And there's the man that fulfills me. And Jesus wasn't about saying, hey, I'm back with you. I'm walking with you. We're going to continue this journey. He pulls him aside from the crowd and he sits him down and he just says, Peter, do you love me? I don't know what conversation is happening before this, around this. But he says, Peter, do you love me? And Peter says, yes, I love you. That's never a good question to have to ask somebody.
Yeah, and I think that we forget that Jesus, yes, is fully God, but he's also fully man. Yeah. So just even what Jesus had to be feeling in that moment to have to even ask that question. Even though he knows the answer, right? I don't know.
Well, he's trying to paint a picture to Peter to really help him understand, somehow along the way, Peter, you made all these sacrifices to follow me. You made a profession of faith that I'm the Messiah, but somehow now when everything's upside down and uncertain, you've forgotten the things that I've told you. Because when he says, Peter, do you love me? And Peter says, yes. Then Jesus says, then tend my lambs. Mm-hmm. Peter, do you love me? Yes, Father. Yes, Jesus, I love you. Then take care of my sheep. He does this 3 times. And, some people make the correlation that he does it 3 times to
the 3 times that he denied him.
It could be in part that, but if we think about the question and the answer in light of what's going on in Peter's life and world, what Jesus is saying in this moment is, you forgot what I called you to.
Yeah, you're over
out
fishing
for fish. I called you to fish for men.